Everybody, welcome back to Spirit Plays More Spiral Nights. By the way, I was looking and examining. Could it be that the knights themselves have been social distancing their entire lives? Silly salmon. You feel me? Ladies? You guys like hats? Anyway, before we get started, if you could please, we're gonna do an arcade run. We're gonna do the Silver Skull gate. I've been checking out the gates. This one looks pretty good. I like this greenery. It makes me feel like my life is fresh, and you know I'm not locked inside during the quarantine. If you could please click the like button, subscribe down the bottom right hand corner. If we want to see more in the future, it does help me out a lot and encourages the heartbeat of the game and the community. Join the Discord. Help out. Join the conversation. Watch Lego stream. You know, just keep it inside. You know, we all love this great stuff. I was requested to, like, you're gonna do an arcade run. I'm like, well, why not? I was gonna do Dreams and Nightmares because we are at a deficit as far as that's the wrong button. As far as you know, stuff. We're gonna get to a point where we're gonna be lacking Radiance hardcore. It looks like this person is I keep hitting the wrong button. I need L for loadout. That's how that works. But I need some Radiance. I might leave halfway. How dare you? How dare you leave the most precious run in the galaxy? Let's take our Nova Driver. That's gonna be our offensive weapon. Let's check out our. Okay, we have no trinkets, so we can battle Sprite because charging is very important. We can battle Sprite. Give me that true shot, son and or daughter, my asexual, ambiguous partner friend. We should probably get, since we are all charge attack, I think it also makes shield. It makes sense to rock out the shield. I was going to go do some Dreams and Nightmares, but the arcades are always fun, man. Like every time. Wasteworks, we are actually, it would be probably behoove us to wear Shadow Sun to get rid of the poison. But poison is easily worked around. You just don't get poison. There you go. That solves a lot of your world problems there. You know, if you hurt your leg, you hurt your knee, you fall down. Well, how do you fight? You just don't fall down. You build calluses. You should see the massive calluses on my hands. They're like freaking rocks. Anyway, party's open. Here we go. So, by the way, you might be wondering, hey man, why aren't you showing the depth of the last run? And that's a pretty simple answer. I forgot to hit the record button. At least I forgot to hit it in like a timely fashion. There we go. See, we didn't get poisoned. That's how you fight that. And because of that, I ended up talking literally to myself for quite a long time. Oh my gosh, it's a Pyrosparker. I ended up talking to myself for a very long time. Not even my cat was in the room. It was quite embarrassing. So I mean, it's kind of a pain. It's like half hour. I don't even know what I talked about. That's sometimes the left brain doesn't talk to the right brain. But we all come back together in the end and complain about politics and what we do and do not deserve in this life. Anyway, I was gonna do. I think the next time I do Dreams and Nightmares, oh no, I'm going to. I'm gonna rock out some Nitronum action. Gotta get rid of the mediocrity of the whole thing. Yeah, get him. He deserves death for standing there, doing his job and trying to, you know, pay for a way to get his kids through college. Let's see what's over here. If it's a spark, dude, the fact that we can throw this like infinite destiny is just hilarious to me. The Pyrosparker is amazing. Let's wave to him. The guy's so fast. You can't catch up. You just gotta wave. This guy's already killed all the boxes and took all the things. I notice a guy with quick step when I see him. He's got all the steps. I'm gonna be hobbling behind probably this entire run with my little walker cane. That's okay. It's good to make casual conversation before you just go full run into a half-hour concept. But dude, it did kind of like dawn on me, like the whole social distancing thing. And the so many conflicting like statements when it comes to masks and temperature, and when you're asymptomatic, you're actually the most contagious. Yeah, I know people that are suffering from the small business loss. Like when we do open up, look at the short level. These guys are just first off, Pyrosparker. He's in speedrun mode and pill popping mode apparently. He's got a book. This guy knows what's up. Oh man, I like Drakonov. Is that Romanian? I'm also guessing Blue, loving the hard eyes. Needs a. Oh nice. Needs to up his his pet count anyway. Perimeter Promenade. So these are one of the or some of the earlier levels. I think first gen SK, if there is such a thing. Anyway, I updated OBS as well. The free, if you guys ever wonder what I use, I mean, for recording software, that kind of thing, I put it all in the description below if you ever want to, partake that way. Dude, this guy's just freaking on fire. I can't even shoot. They're all dead already. Like, hey, John Wick, do you need some help? You want to send some guys in there with you? They'll die anyway, so, let's not do that. They can't dodge bullets like I can. It's more about positional placement. John Wick's just never there to get shot. He knows what's up. Oh. Hello? There we are. Boom. So there's some good game mechanics right there. I shot forward, he went backward. Unless he was hit by something I did not see. This person. I did request to, oh no, that hurt. I did request to have a, the guy's a pepper box. Dude. What if, like, this is the friendliest way to heat. I might die. Let's pop some pills, yo. Help me, Mike. Help me survive this travesty. Forget what I was talking about. They got me going everywhere. I can't keep up with Pyrus Parker. He's too good. Even Blue's like, I can't. It hurts to walk so fast. I might have youth, but my feet, they be hurting. So no, see what I mean? Don't let the speed of youth intimidate you. We got wiles. We have things we can do. So yeah, if he wants to go and get all sorts of gusto and kill the dudes, that's all good. That's fine. We play just like Lockdown. We play the slow capping game because that's the only game we really got. Due to necessity. Every field needs a leader. You can absolutely be one. That's 4 coins. I don't think it's worth it. We've made this decision. That's going to be like one of the fastest Clockwork runs in history just because of the nature of them. Though these be the earlier levels, I might just get my metronome out because this man looks like he needs it. If for any other reason, just because of that. He did. That's next level play right there. When you use the kickback of the gun to dodge the enemy. Boom. Oh, I'm sorry, dude, Blue. I'm so sorry. I froze the enemy so your bomb had no effect. That's just another sign of professionalism right there. When you get through the entirety of a room that's supposed to take, like, at least 20 seconds. You don't get to even play the resounding theme music. This guy found a turret. Stand watch, man. Cover our escape. We got this. Anyway, besides talking to myself in a room with my cats. Okay, I'll try to save your spot, buddy. What did I even talk about? Something about Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, relativism. The usual stuff that all about truth and love and harmony. So, like, yesterday though, we made it. I'm realizing something. I'm besides being a not the best parent in the galaxy. I can't keep up with this dude. He's just too fierce. Doesn't even have an Akron, a Polaris. What's going on? Next gen meta is just too much for me, I guess. Which is the hot quickness. I made it a point that there's a thing you kind of feel when you go up in the parenthood rankings. That is if you like, the question is, how much time do you spend with your kids? The answer to that is, it. You just kind of have a sense, like, man, I haven't spent much time with these kids in a while. I should probably have some one-on-one time. You are the primary... Wow, he actually has the same health as when he came back. That's interesting. You are... Who's this person? Why can I not inspect them? Oh, there we go. So gorgeous. Keep saying it. Yeah, well, you are the primary educator of your children. You should be like teaching them. You should be engaging them. And I mean, I've read a book on technology and how it affects brain development. So I think our child, our little one, is having too much tech time. She's degrading down into like instinctual mode. She's 3, and when I say something she doesn't like to hear, she goes, "Leave me alone," and runs away. But like, it's like it's so shallow. She's 3, and then you just follow her and be like, "Honey," and then she just starts smiling like, "Yeah, what am I doing?" It's as if she was repeating something that she had seen somewhere else. So we got to play some animals. You're gonna hear me talk about my kids because they're amazing. We played some animals. We played some the kitty cat fell down off the barn, so she had to be the doctor and make him better. The puppy dog was misbehaving. He kept drinking the milk when the milk was for other animals. And if your kitty cat drank too much milk, the puppy dog drank too much milk, he got a tummy ache, but he wouldn't listen, so he got the tummy ache. And he had to sit in timeout. This is how the world works. It's good to teach them good things at a young age. I keep saying it. You got this this Blue Knight Power Ranger thing going on. I'm kind of digging it. Yeah, but where else are kids going to learn fundamental social values? If not with like 2 parents. I say 2. Because 3 parents is outlawed and assumed, at least in this culture. We were talking a bit about cults yesterday. At work, from kids to cults. Here we go. Dude, how far we have come. And the about different like polygamous cults and stuff like that. There we go. This is such a different topic shift. But the polygamous cults and that kind of thing that exists in the world. That was one of my friends. He's actually, and you wouldn't think of this. He's from like a lot of Deconstruction Zone. He's gonna be another like literally 5K crown run. He has like the 50 Laws of Power book. He's all about self-help books. We were talking about like, what fuels you, what makes you, what do you go into? And I'm like, well, I mean, I go into philosophy books a lot, and then suddenly I gotta take a break, and I gotta go to fantasy. I read incessantly. That's one of the things that our brains are really meant to do. They're meant to process information. It's almost like, and that's one thing, that's the only conclusive thing so far, unless studies have changed in the past like 5-10 years, not even 5 years, 3 years, I think, that it's the only thing conclusive that saves yourself or can prevent or slow down like Alzheimer's and mental decline in general is reading comprehension. And it's almost like our brains were wired to read. And when you think about this stuff, plus the concept of the Bible being there and not word of mouth, like it's you put more trust in a book, right? You do word of mouth. When we do katas are preformed fights, and I mean, there's a lot of things you can get out of a kata in the martial arts aspect. This guy's like single switch double shooting. They got everything on me. Next, I haven't learned that. It's like wave dashing in Smash Brothers. What was I talking about again? But anyway, the authenticity of like, how do you know what's okay? Where are we going with that? The brain backtrack a bit. Saxophone music's got something on me. So we were talking about cults. There we go. I don't know which direction I was going with that. Sometimes I go off on tangents, which I absolutely just did. Blah. I shot his corpse. I was suggesting to this gentleman. He's a black gentleman from Baltimore. He's known a couple people that have actually been shot. He's actually almost been shot himself, so it's very interesting conversations we have. I left that life a long time ago, so maybe someday I'll go into the history. But oh yeah, I was talking about katas. We can get as katas down that rabbit hole. See, I found it. But the idea is kata is it's a preformed fight, and you practice them to the point where not only do you know the self-defense that's involved in them, but you get to a point in your own martial arts life where you don't have to it alters your stances and stuff, so that way when the crisis happens, you don't have to worry about, you know, being in the right footing so you fall over, that kind of thing. You are not near the healing circle, my friend. I might have to contest that. You were getting 200 HP every second. Ba-ba-boom. You guys don't get hits done, do you? Whoa. So it gets your feet in the right position. So that's what katas are. So you get a kind of preform mentality. The other thing is like worldview. So you have your worldview that you see the world with. You can see the narratives and other agendas that are being pushed. I'm so sorry, guys. Give me a second. The other agendas that are being pushed through like the media. So when you hear President Trump talk about the Clorox and the UV philosophy, and he said, we're going to be testing this stuff, right? And he's asking somebody off to the side, and you twist that because the pure intentions and motivations of truth, and I mean, you can obviously have a different perspective on this thing, are, he just told you to go shoot up Clorox. Well, how do you go from that step, saying we're going to test this stuff, something like it or something around it, to he just told us to do this? You can only do that if you don't have like truth in mind, or you just want to agree with something funny, because cynicism comes directly from not being able to trust the source of truth, and that comes from like the media. The media revamp truth to such a ridiculous point that it in all honesty is tough. They already read all the recipes and probably memorized them. You can say them like backwards and in Pig Latin. Pyro Spark, are you too much? Let's try it. I know it's 30 rads. We're going for mid heat. We've done it, Nova Driver. All right, I don't think we can go any further, so we're just gonna heat this sucker up. So anyway, that'll do it for this one. Hopefully I remember to hit the record button next time. That was really short. That's not gonna do it for this one. Let's just do the whole thing because we're men. Let's go down. I'm not even gonna look at the recipes. I'm just trusting my boy's Pyro Sparker. I probably should get some trinkets at some point. I believe we have 26k crowns. That's either enough for a month's worth of trinkets or one lovely donation to our boy Punch. I don't know which one's better. I can do a Dreams and Nightmares after this, I think, everyone. Everybody went chunk to. We lost Pyro. There was great sorrow in our midst. This music is so sad, but it's the prettiest background. Kaboom! Get in there, boys. Now we can all do our combos. We're not worried about speed running. Is this how it is in Vanna? Does anybody ever do a casual Vanna run? Sit back and enjoy the green grass, I guess, right? We should probably do something besides I'll switch the guns up. I want to spend some quality time with your boy, the spirit. Look at that. I'm giving him time. Sometimes the simple fights are the ones you enjoy. This is again when you're playing with your kids. This is what we came from, right? Like teaching social values and how important they are. Do you tell a 3-year-old no? You decide what's right and wrong. That's not up to me. That's up to you. It's up to you. Follow your heart. When our culture is just like, it's whatever. Our culture is actually, more based on desire, specifically the American one, right? Whatever either furthers your desire or frustrates your desire. That's why atheism's one of the big rejections is I can't deal with the Sky Daddy that tells me how to run my sex life. Well, if your first identity isn't your sexuality, you have no choice. But that's not where your first identity is. Your first identity is in being created. So you have to go back further to even establish the first one. If your identity is only a social construct, I think this is something that I was saying in the last video, so I'm going to run with it. If your idea is if even gender is only a social construct, why can't we do things like say, hey, I identify as a 6-year-old girl. Let me join first grade. Like me right now, being like over 30 years of age. Why can't I do this? Help me out. Because we know imagination and reality eventually just kind of split. Like you can't do that. We need to go this way. Oh no! Nothing more than all right. But those are precious crowns. Mike, help me back over. We can do this. But anyway, this is why you can't suddenly be, if you're 22, you can't be 62. One of the best, Ben Shapiro, I don't listen to very often anymore. It just makes me mad. And some of his things he says I actually disagree with, but his form of logic is, you can't deny the smartness of his philosophy. Truth doesn't care about your feelings. Well, that sounds quite shallow, and that sounds very Jewish. No, I'm not even making a racial pun. That's the eye for an eye mentality of the Torah. It is right there. A better thing would be like statements like Frank Turk uses. If Christianity were true, would you believe it? You can have people say no because it's not. Then that's not the question, right? If it's true, would you believe it? Is truth important? And that's really the question right there, right? And then you go about giving reasons for truth, which violates a lot of the atheistic or even the spiritistic paradigm. You can never know. Well, if there is truth, saying that to know something, assume there's something to be known. This is red. This is hard. This is square. This is circle. We define things by, there are certain appearances and ways with language that we can relate them to others. Communication is huge when it comes to deism or anything, really. Christ did not argue language. He argued like interpretation. When he was asked, we got an eternal oracle, boy. When he was asked by the Pharisees, the Sadducees, questions about forgiveness and eternal life and adultery, he went more to the heart of the issue. Once this hits peak, we're done with you, Nova, until we do Dreams and Nightmares like 3,000 times. We lost Pyro, though. He was like the main force in this run. If you guys want to do a speed arcade run, look for a bunch of gates like these. That are like, I think Fiend gates also go quite quick. Decon zones, those are the faster ones. Fiend zones can be quite painful, though. It's the Jigsaw Valley. Anyway, if you get this Nova driver to level 7, it's like a level 10 item right away. But we want to go all the way. This is like the curve. It's like the Corona curve, heating your items. There we go. It's a great analogy. Good job, Rain. Oh no. The Corona curve is heating items. I'm just going to unleash all these things. And I remember whenever I used to, oh my gosh. We got a member of every family here. I can't believe I actually got hit by that. Please. Oh, hit him. What have we done to ourselves? This is going to be painful. Mike, help. Kablah. Oh no. It's the perfect shield. They gotta get, oh no. They gotta get Vanaduke some tips. I just ran into, oh, don't die here, man. Come on. You're better than this. There we go. We actually have to pop some pills. I almost was my own worst enemy. But anyway, you'll see, little branches of philosophy here and there. I can't help it. The whole, one of the things I heard on a talk, because listening to talks, full-on talks, are also good. If not to just parrot them, but also to digest the speak itself. So, like one thing Michael Ramsden said, if you were whatever his was about Christianity, but you can take this from any worldview. If you were accused of being an atheist in a court of law, would there be enough evidence for the judge to convict you? And this is where you hold people accountable to their own worldviews. If atheism and we're all time plus matter plus chance plus equals evolution, do you really live like that? Like we are, the Nietzschean philosophy of, we need the Superman, or we need to evolve into something better. Do you live like that, or do you have morality that comes from like a vacuum where you think it's true, and you dive into the fascism kind of mentality that, because it's good for me and good for society, then I guess I guess we got to run with it. But then you jump right back into the problem, right? You said that, you know, usually atheistic evolution says there's no purpose, and then you immediately use reason to explain things. You know, I had a talk with my friend John just yesterday that, you know, Nietzsche hit a point where he was just like, I can't even understand, I can't even rationally argue why language makes sense, because, you know, why would I want to communicate with you if it's all about survival of the fittest and me being stronger than you and overpowering you and the Superman just dominating evolution? Why would there be structure to begin with or to even end with? This is not exactly his words. He was way more poetic than I was, or than I am. You know, why like, you know, asking why it's the prominent philosophic question, and going into that kind of stuff. Anyway, from children to Nietzsche. There you go. Yeah, man. Our president's pretty cool. He's a human. He's a human being that says stuff. That's what he does, and that's why Twitter's his best friend, I guess. Man, you got the traps. I'm coming in with a backup gun, yo. I got the mortar. Like Justin Timberlake. I got this feeling down in my bones. That was him, right? I remember it was on the Troll soundtrack. I just don't remember exactly. You're just gonna burn in the corner, man? Come on, don't be all emo on me. Down in my bones, it goes electric, baby, when I turn it on. I think this might be enough heat. Dude, I got hopes. These minerals might be worth something. Past like 20 years, they've been building something in the arcade. We kind of don't know what. Here we go. Not quite. I gotta switch it up though, man. It's getting a little samey. I think we gotta bring out the big guns. Go off some coffee. Be happy with life. This is El Bigo Gano. That's right, I can speak Spanish. Guys probably didn't know that. Because I didn't either. Dude, so in my workplace, we use radios to communicate. And we have a lot of Spanish-speaking people there. I want to learn how to speak Spanish. It's on my to-do list. Now, my to-do list is quite long. There's a lot of books I want to read. You denied me my meal of little lumbars. Take that. I hit him when he was on his way down. Makes me feel a little better. But anyway, I can't speak Spanish. So some of the guys can. So one of the guys actually speaks as good English as I speak Spanish. So I can't even. Oh, we give him a radio though, because he's actually better than me. He can understand numbers, and that's all you like when they call for something. They need a certain number of a product brought down in the warehouse. You look in the system, you go get it with your forklift. That's how it works. So we give him the radio, and I'll be like, yeah, there's gonna be. I use a translator, but there's gonna be 3 people with you on the radio. If they're too fast, they're just going to translate for you and help you out. He's like, all right. That sounds pretty cool. He's got it. So I was trying to talk to the guy. So what did I do? Because I'm a genius. I looked up Google Translate and I tried to say it over the radio. Uh-oh, what have I done? Got it. Years of vanity practice trying to pick the up through the lava. I put it in the spikes. I was trying to show off. It's the diving donut. He's returned to our realm. Blue with the setup. Oh, you're my new best friend. It's funny. Oh no. Okay. Here we go. Oh my gosh, so good. You see this combo we're doing? You're still alive? We messed up the combo. Mike. We're gonna have to actually use regular attacks. Just kidding, they're all dead before we even got there. All of these levels. The payout might not be pristine, but you know, they're good fun. They're feel good levels. They feel nice to play. You ever get a chance to you know, go outside? Maybe not now with the lockdown. No one's allowed outside their house because the government says so. When can the government ever in history shut down anything? This is when you know it's gotten too big. At least in America. I don't know where you guys live. To the diving donut. Oh man, I've been watching Zeddy's videos too. That guy is bomber extraordinaire. Talk about positional placement. It's like a slow played game of Smash Brothers where positional placement's huge, especially if you play characters like Marth. So we need to switch it up. Do we get the... I wasn't paying attention. We did not get it to the ultimatum that we needed to be. That's okay. So we run into an issue here where if we get a danger room, we got to do it, but I still want to get this thing to max heat. But at the same time, I don't want to be samey, but at the same time, I don't want to like fail my team. Well, if it's going to be a whole arena of these guys, I mean, what are we going to do? I got your back, yo. You be the machine gunner, I'll be the mortar fire. Tell me where to shoot. If you ever never seen We Were Soldiers, mortar fire, extremely important. And amazing. And if you... I cannot recommend that movie enough. My feeling says we go down, but we're going to go up anyway. My feeling was absolutely wrong. But We Were Soldiers is probably the best war movie I've ever seen in my life. You want to talk about intense leadership, being on the front line. So I read books on leadership because I think it's important. Whatever skill set you're given, you should go into it, man. This is because not many people commit wholly to a venue. A lot of things tell you, like especially the lies technology teach you, and I can be happy all the time. I have 3,000 Netflix channels. I'm allowed to choose what I want. I can choose my gender. I can choose my everything. It's all about me. But seeing something to completion under another's rule set, to have what it takes to constantly be the character that you signed up to be, like always being able to pass the final in your like doctorate exam, right? If you're a doctor, should you not be able to do that? Well, maybe yes and no. I mean, it could be a qualification, right? But if you have a degree, even if you're listening to this, if you do or do not, even a high school degree, should you not always be able to like pass it? If you want to be, I got a diploma, sure, that's like a report card. Well, good for you, I guess. But if you still want to have that title, if I still want to be a martial artist, should I not practice? Or should I just, let myself become, another overweight dad with a pot belly and just say, I have one, just don't mess with me because I said so. No, you have to live the part. What good is a feat unless it's tested, right? This is we see this constantly, and people that are tested in real time are often given a lot more credit, especially under adversity. This is why the victim narrative is so powerful, because they've had a hard life. They've lived through the tough times. They've been through it all. They've been slaves. Their generation. Look where they came from. Well, that's not the focal point. The focal point specifically in America too, which is awesome, which is why I love being an American. It's not saying you'll be rich. It's saying no matter where you come from, you can still overcome. And this is what that's the message I hear from our president. No, you know what? I built a good economy. I could do it again. And every other person, just instead of going with the theme and the reality and the essence of what he's saying, they dive down into the language itself and try to alter reality using words. We go back to the Bleach thing again. What did he say? He said they've been testing something like this, and it actually is legitimate testing. So if you look into it, I don't have the article in front of me, mostly because I remember this one. This is a good one. This gives me the radiance we need and desire. So maybe with any luck, with any luck, we'll be able to heat. Oh no, and level. Oh, it feels so good. Our Nova driver, get to level 7. Where it's actually functionally adequate. Does decent damage. It already does decent damage. By removing the status effects, I think it'll hit the same damage That's it, right? Yeah, okay, good. It'll hit the same damage that our other alchemists do. I'm not sure. We'll find out. But, yo, radiant. Oh, over, like, we will be getting, like, 6 radiant. I think we got 6 radiants at the end of last run. I know I didn't, show, excuse me. I didn't show that. My gun didn't go off. It, like, misfired. I know it didn't misfire. Java's just having a moment. Dude, I'm noticing this upgrade to OBS is so cool. If you get, like, I know I started mentioning about this before, but OBS is great. Can you just not be there anymore? It's a free program to record. You just got to play with it. It's not instant. Like, I got fraps too when I was first starting this video thing. I'm like, yeah, give it a shot. Turns out that being more consistent actually helps out your channel, like, more than anything else. Let's go, boys. Get 'em. Among other things. Come on in, buddy. Oops. Check out that spelling error. It's what I get for not looking at the keyboard and just looking at my magic jazz hands. Crap. Too little, too late? Perhaps. Perhaps. You need sniped, yo. We probably need a pop one of these. I want a general to get in here before, we got through the last wave. Keeping an open party, man. Let's share the wealth with everybody involved. This isn't last wave, I don't think. Oh wait, yes it is. Maybe it's not, but maybe it is. It absolutely is. Keep saying it, General Keith. We have Army of Goodness right here. What is soup? Radiance, please. Oh, we got some, man. It was worth it. I haven't made stone soup yet in Catacomb Kids. It's on my to-do list. I made some potato soup. Delicious. I have not made bat soup yet. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I strongly suggest watching Catacomb Kids. That game is like probably one of the hardest, most in-depth games I've ever played in my life. Also, if I haven't said it or made a video or anything about it, we're up to 500 subs on this channel, so thank you very much. I obviously can't do that myself, so I appreciate you guys watching, especially the loyal SK community. I mean, during these hard Corona times, what do? Well, we spend time making costumes and standing in Haven. You can't go out in public and do this these days. What am I doing? Let's go this way. What do we do in public? Well, we wear masks, and only in SK can you get the fashionability and the beauty of a mask while still having like awesome auras about you that might say little to nothing about your actual personality at all. Maybe every other game as well. That's why it kind of kicked off with SK. Do you guys remember when cosmetics were not a thing? You just wore whatever you had. What kind of world did we live in there? You couldn't customize your character. That's so weird. Anyway, here we are. We've made it. 40 minutes in, we almost completed an entire Clockworks, both halves. Nova drivers descended. Okay, well, we'll see what we can get here. Potential danger room would be nice. This is where I'd be like, I want to use my Valance, and I want to use my my boom sword, because some swords are bombs or guns. There's a version of everything. You got the Tordo gun thing. This is like 60, right? Oh, we got 32. Well, let's go, boys. Oh my gosh, we're getting so lucky. I'm not lucky. We're playing the odds. So I guess we are just going to keep going with this. It shocks me. If we hit a danger room, it's going to be amazing. That guy's just machine gunning iron slug shots. Crap. Got their illusions. They're all AT songs stuck in my head. Every time I miss, like, what? This is why wouldn't you use it? Pardon me, AT in the Clockworks. All right, here we go. The other side, man. I'm helping. Could at least take out one of the turrets. Kablah! I mean, maybe one of the turrets. There we go. Second time's a charm, I guess. I haven't seen this room in a while. This is not too new, but it is newer than, I guess, the start of the game. I will guard you. Much, wow, it's hard to be consistent with the switch shooting with these. I need a little bit more ASI. Maybe. Is that a spark? Oh my gosh, our collection has begun. No, it wasn't a radiant, but probably worth it at the same time. Anyway, long term, we're still hoping for the next installment of the game, right? You know, coffee I don't think is the best thing to clear your throat with. We're gonna try it anyway because we're stubborn, and that's how we do things. Fine fabrics do sell for a good bit. So we're hoping for a danger room here. We already have a completely adequate crew. There's no cake to be had, which is kind of a pain. Everybody likes cake, man. Or one thing I wish would always appear would be the slime casino. Well, I mean, I think I got a good amount of slime coins. They're at least worth like 200 crowns a piece or like 50 crowns a piece. I don't know. I know it's a 200 crown value. Whoop. Just because, you know, you can pay 200 crowns to spin the wheel. So I guess in a sense you can look at it that way. You can't sell slime coins. They're 100% completely earned. We did it. That was a great combo. Crap. So I think we definitely have to do a Dreams and Nightmares after this. Maybe like 5 or 6 of them. We could rock out Havana if we can hitch a ride there. Rarely do I like doing it by myself, though, unless we're literally just trying to build heat and practice our switch shooting. Legion of Almir's up for the Prestige. So we might rock that out. Oh no. Our friend has been shocked. What do we do? My estimates on this run are just going to be like 6K. So, I mean, if you want a quick, easy gate to run, this is obviously the one to do. But it's almost out now, so by the time you see this video, it probably won't even be there anymore. Sorry. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Come on, eyeballs. Let's remember there are bad guys here. Please, danger room. Right up here. Let's do it. Let's go. Boo! Alright, we got a spark. We're not too upset. Oh, thank goodness. More radiance. Dude, this is also a great gate to farm as far as we're looking for recipes. Them be golden in their hills. And you guys are awesome. Let's see where we go. I know this isn't gonna hit up here, but what's the next step? Like 40 some radiance? I think the whole thing costs like if you want to do 100% heat rate, it's with the radiant crystals, it's like 475. Or I think when Bop did the math, I should bring up that forum that he posted in. If you do the math, even with a failing percentage, it's still only like high 300s that you use for radiance if you do the math right. But the math doesn't explain reality, right? Just explains speculation. So you got to be careful how you go with that. If you're happy. I remember when I used to save 4 of these potions. Because why not? Because there were never enough of these. Or there weren't these ultra poison barriers. That kind of thing. Anyway, how'd we do? 9 radiance. 8K. That was an extremely high payout compared to what we did. 12 radiance. I think we did pretty good. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching. You guys enjoyed it. Click the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Boom, 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 boom.